Hi everyone, Tori here with another scrapbooking process video. This one is called People's Choice, and I'm using this photo of my dad and I that was taken last year in March. And today I will be using the Studio Calico Odyssey kit for this layout. And this photo was taken at our church's chili contest festival thing. Every year, the church does a chili contest where people can enter a chili. And last year, we won, which was so exciting. And so I really wanted to scrap this photo because it's a pretty special memory for me and my dad. So I sped this up about 8 times speed, and usually I only go 2 or 4, but the reason I've sped it up really quick in the beginning, I will slow it down later, is because I played around with the paper for a really long time trying to decide what to do. If you follow the Studio Calico message boards, you'll probably see that the other day I posted a thread saying that I am really struggling with this month's kit. Like, really, really struggling. I don't know if it's the colors or the embellishments or what it is. I just do not love it. And I'm having such a hard time trying to make pages. Like, seriously, such a hard time. So that's why I haven't really been making that many videos, just because I've really been struggling with this this kit. I mean, I absolutely loved the last kit, and most of the kits I really enjoy using, but for some reason, just the Odyssey kit, I don't know, it is just not doing it for me. So I've been struggling. So I wrote on the message boards asking for some help and some inspiration. And the help that I received, like, lots of people wrote in, which was really sweet. So thank you everyone who wrote in. But what they said was, if you're really struggling with the kit, one of the things you can try to do is get messy, do some mixed media, and also use more things from your stash, like things that you do love. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to make a page, I'm going to scrapbook, I'm going to make it messy, I'm going to do some mixed media, and if I absolutely hate it, well, what's the waste? Because I didn't love the paper in the first place, right? So that's what you're seeing me do here. So I'll just explain quickly what I'm doing. I started with this stencil. Well, it's not really a stencil. It's just some packaging that some acetate diamonds came in, and I had saved it. And I also grabbed some clear, what's it called? Oh dear, I hate this when this happens. Okay, gel medium, and I use the stencil and the gel medium to put some diamonds on the page. I have 3 in the middle, 2 in the top, and then 1 in the bottom right hand corner. And what the gel medium does is you can't really see it, so that wasn't the purpose, but what it does is it creates a resist. So if you paint, watercolor, spray over it, it'll resist it. So that was sort of the plan for this layout. I also decided that I wanted to add some texture to the background, so I grabbed my modeling paste and just another stencil, which I have no clue where this comes from, so really, really sorry. It's basically just polka dots. And I grabbed some cardboard and I just laid down some dots and polka dots, and I put them in the 3 areas where I use a gel medium to make the diamonds. Just to give it a little bit more texture to the background as well. And I don't know, I just found this number sheet sort of confusing. Like, why are there numbers all over it? I don't know, and they're all random numbers too. So I thought, why not just do something fun with it, and just do something different. So I thought using the gel medium and using the modeling paste would be a fun something different. Next, I grabbed my gold Mr. Huey's spray from Studio Calico, and I sprayed over the middle of the layout, mostly where the diamonds were, and you can totally see that gel medium showing up now, because once I used a baby wipe to wipe away the spray from the diamond area, it really created a resist, and it's actually really cool. I'm I was like pleasantly surprised. And then the next thing I did was grab some black ink just to make some splatters along too. And I made those roughly around that middle part where the diamonds were as well. My thought process was that I would put the picture in the bottom left-hand corner and the title or something else in the top right-hand corner, and that those diamonds, the ink splatters, and the gold mist part would create a really fun background design, and just to add something different. Now, you know how much I love matting my layouts if you've watched my videos before, so that's what I'm up to now. I gutted the middle so I'd have some gray cardstock to mat my photo on. And then I just trimmed off 1/4 of an inch on the two sides of the layout or the pattern paper and stuck that down on the page. Now, one thing I do want to say, if you are doing this technique with the gel medium, just know that the black splatters that you're going to put on the page also will resist from the places where the diamonds are. So it'll take a really long time for that ink to dry, and it just will not dry. So if you want the black ink splatters to stay where the diamonds are, do those first, because I ended up getting ink all over myself through the whole entire process and everything. So next thing, I matted my photo on some gray cardstock that came in the kit, and just to add a little frame around it, and I scrunched up all the edges just to add a little more dimension. I'm using this gold specialty paper. It has play hard, work hard, or work hard, be kind. Yeah, work hard, be kind. And I cut a square of it, pulled off the backing sheet, and glued it down in the diamond shape. I wanted to stick with the diamond because there were diamonds on the background. And then I put my photo down. And I really wanted to use some doilies, just because I love doilies. And these did not come from the kit. Instead, I added them from my stash because I have tons of doilies. And also the reason I added them was because one of the comments that a friend made on the post where I had said I was struggling with the kit, they said, add some doilies if you love, because they know how much I love doilies. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab some papers, some doilies, and other things, and get messy, do some mixed media, and add things from my stash that I do love to the kit, and maybe that'll make me love it more. And it actually works well. I made 2 layouts yesterday, and I'm really happy with the way that they turned out. So once I've got my photo down, I'm going to add the rest of my embellishments, and I decided to go with a black and white, gold, and like yellow sort of color scheme on this layout. In my album, this layout is going to go across from the basket weaving background layout that I had made. There is a process video. It's called My Daddy Loves Me. I'll link it below for you. And in that layout, I used black and yellow and gray as well. So I wanted the 2 layouts to look like they sort of go together, even though they were done different times and with different kits and things. So that's why I'm sticking with that black, white, gray, yellow, gold kind of color scheme on this layout. Oh, and one of the things I forgot to mention at the beginning of this process video, oh, I hate that when that happens. I'm like one of the most forgetful people in the whole entire world. But anyways, what I wanted to say at the beginning of this process video is that I actually have 2 things for you in this video. I'm going to do a scrapbook process video, then I'm going to do a quick insert, and that'll be the video. And the reason I put the insert with this one is because it's really small, and it's basically just me putting a photo collage and the recipe for the winning chili. And if you want, I will post that winning chili recipe on my blog and link it below for you. That way, just in case you're interested. The chili we made was really, really good. And I'm not just saying that because we won. And I'm not just saying that because I want to toot my own horn. But really, it was really good. And it was so unique. Um, at the chili contest, they have different competitions, I guess. There's a traditional chili, unique, spicy, vegetarian, and then People's Choice Award. And my dad and I entered the unique chili category, and we decided to do something really fun. We decided to make Chinese dumpling chili, which I know sounds ridiculous, but it is so good. So the name of our chili is Sensational Sesame Chinese Dumpling Chili. My dad and I make dumplings all the time, like Chinese dumplings, and we got the recipe from an old Chinese man because my dad used to work at a Chinese church. Okay, long story, but this is like, okay, this story is getting a lot longer than I had planned. Okay, long story short, my dad used to work at a Chinese church. Now he doesn't. At the new church, they have a chili contest. My dad and I entered. We decided to do something unique, so we made Chinese dumpling chili. So it's like a chili and a Chinese dumpling mixed together, and it's super awesome goodness, and it is delicious. Now, just trust me, it is really good. It's like no chili you've ever tasted before. And I'll put the recipe just in case you want to check it out. But we won the People's Choice Award, which was super exciting. I was so thrilled. Which is super awesome because the People's Choice Award is like everybody who comes to the chili fair contest gets one vote, and they get to vote on the chili that they like the best, where the judges are the ones that pick for the other categories, but the people judge for the category that we won. To me, that's like a better award because it's not just like 3 or 4 judges who have no like they don't have any like legitimate like chili contest grading ability, but people, like the most people chose our chili, which means like the majority of people really liked it. So it was a good chili. And we won this like plastic trophy, which is really lame, but it was also really awesome. And we won this red apron, which was pretty sick. So that's what we're holding up in the photo. And I was really proud of myself. This is the second year that I've entered, and last year I just entered a traditional chili, and nothing unique, but I'm super psyched about our sensational sesame Chinese dumpling chili. And on that note, the chili festival is coming up again, and I think this year I can't go because I have a work thing, but this year I think my dad is making honey garlic chicken wing chili, which I don't know, but it sounds really good. So anyways, I should probably get back to the layout and tell you what I'm doing now that it's almost done. I grabbed embellishments from the kit, but also from my stash because I didn't really feel like there were enough embellishments in the kit. So I just grabbed a bunch of different things, some feathers, different star embellishments, gold paper, some vellum, bits and bobs, and just added those in 3 clusters on the layout. So the one cluster is to the bottom left of the photo, one to the top right, and then one in the top right of the layout where I just sort of hung a whole bunch of different things stapled together and some labels and different things. Now, this photo isn't really the greatest, so what I'm trying to do with my embellishments, which you're going to see, which you've already sort of seen, but you're going to see in a few more moments too, is I'm trying to cover up this orange piece of paper and this green piece of paper that were on the wall behind us. One, because they're just obnoxious and they don't look good in the photo and they don't really match, but also just because they take away from the general color scheme that I am going with on this page. So I skipped ahead a little bit because I took a break to go have dinner. But what I'm back to now is I decided that I wanted the title to be with these gold letter stickers that alpha stickers that came in this month's Odyssey kit, but they sort of were fading into the background. So what I did is I stuck the letter stickers to some black cardstock, fussy cut around those, and now I'm gluing those down to the page. And I really like the black behind those. I think it really makes that title pop a lot better. And last things here, I just wanted to add some more gold type things, sequins, buttons, things like that. And that's when I realized, oh, this orange sign behind my head is driving me crazy. I need to cover it up. So I grabbed a craft tag and wrote so many emotions, and then I'm grabbing 5 or 6 of those little emojicon puffy stickers that were the subscribers special this month, and just sticking those up there to cover up the thing. And now you don't even know there was like a weird sign behind my head. And there were really a lot of emotions going on here. So I just am adding some buttons and things. I thought about adding some gold sequins, but those don't really make the page. It just feels like overkill. I stamped the date, which was March 22nd, 2014, and the page is done. So now I'm going to work on the insert that I had mentioned, and this is the insert that's going to go between this page and the page of my dad at the photo booth, which I mentioned, and I'll link for you below. There were just a bunch of random photos from that day, and I wanted to include them, but I didn't feel like they needed a whole entire page. So I am using a photo collage, and I'm just going to make a quick 4x6 insert to just stick in my album. I cut apart a 12x12 page protector and just cut out a 4x6 spot. I grabbed some paper from the card kit. It's the same number paper that I've just used on that layout. And I'm sticking down my photo collage to that and rounding the corners. I also grabbed some cardstock that I didn't want, some white, and I'm going to stick that on the back and round the corners as well. I decided to use 2 labels, one that said hello and one that said familiar faces. And I decided to just staple those onto the photo on each side with my tiny attacher. And the labels were too big, so I just trimmed them so that they would fit. And I had already stuck the cards together, so I had to pull them apart so that I could staple it. And then I just sort of stapled them and cut off the extra. Now the back was white, but I wanted to add some extra dimension, so while I was off video, I quickly sprayed the cardstock with a little bit of that gold Mr. Huey's Mist. And now I'm going to add my title, which is going to be recipes. And I'm also going to use some of this black washi tape from the Circe add-on. Now, I was saying Circe before, but I said in a previous video that I didn't know how to say that, and if anyone knew, to leave me a message. And somebody did. So shout out to Beaker 1623. Yeah, 1632, sorry, who told me how to say it because she has some Latin background, which is so cool. And so I was saying it wrong, but now I know. And just use that washi tape just to create a little black line on the page. Then I added my title, which were these Dear Lizzie Soar letter stickers that I got last month. And then I just hand wrote the title of the chili, which is Sensational Sesame Chinese Dumpling Chili. And then I decided that I wanted to put the ingredients on one side and then the instructions on the other side. So I was going to use some more of that black washi tape just to create a line, but it was too thick. So I cut it down the middle using a craft knife just to make it thin. And I'm just going to put a strip of it down the middle of the card so that the ingredients can go on one side and the instructions can go on the other side. Now I'm going to speed up the writing of the instructions and the ingredients. But one thing I did want to say is that I'm going to put all of the recipe on my blog, and I'm going to link that below in the YouTube description. So if you would like to check out the recipe and maybe try it for yourself, follow the link in the YouTube description to my blog to find out the instructions. Now, one thing I want to say about my blog is when you go over there, do not be looking for other things. Well, I mean, you can look for other things. But one thing I want to say is that my blog is a sorely neglected thing. I hardly ever use it. I think the last time I used it was in December when I was posting December daily photos. But really, I hardly ever go on that and I hardly ever post. I wish I could be better on it, but I really am neglectful and forgetful. So say hi to my blog because it's probably lonely. Oh man. So I printed my journaling on some journaling cards, Project Life journaling cards. They were too big, so I trimmed them in half, and I used 4 of them, and I decided to just paperclip them together and adhere the bottom card to the insert, and it's done. The insert is done, and it'll go next to the page that I created earlier. So thanks everyone for watching, for liking and subscribing, and for commenting. I read all of your comments and I really appreciate them. And I just love you all. So have a lovely day everyone. Bye.